This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. President Trump will deliver a live address to the nation tonight to lay out his vision for the future of Afghanistan.
The announcement comes after weeks of debate within the White House. ABC's Lana Zach has a preview from Washington.
The Pentagon has been advocating for increased U.S. involvement in Afghanistan, and tonight the president may grant their request.
The Pentagon has been pushing for a while for several thousand more troops to take some of the lessons learned out of Syria and Iraq to use more air power, more special forces.
There are currently approximately 8,400 U.S. troops in Afghanistan, part of 13,000 coalition forces. The Pentagon's proposal, originally unveiled in May, would add approximately 3,000 troops and increase the amount of foreign aid. The price tag estimated at $23 billion a year. The president will unveil his decision in a nationally televised address tonight. And in advance, even some Democrats, like Senator Tim Kaine, signaled a willingness to support increased U.S. involvement.
What we need to do is make sure that Afghanistan isn't a breeding ground for things that can come back and hurt us.
But the president has hesitated for the last 3 months reviewing the Pentagon's proposal. Mr. Trump opposed increased forces on the campaign trail, but the plan has strong support from his generals and National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster.
It's a very big decision for me. I took over a mess, and we're going to make it a lot less messy. But that has been a place, 17 years, our longest war.
And do you have full confidence in your National Security Advisor?
Yes, I do. General McMaster? Yeah. Absolutely. He's our friend. He's my friend.
McMaster's biggest opponent in the White House had been Steve Bannon, who favored privatization. And now, with him gone, many are speculating that tonight President Trump will announce more troops. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
And again, President Trump will address the nation tonight. ABC News will air a special report starting at 9 o'clock. The president is expected, as mentioned there, to lay out his new Afghanistan strategy. You can watch this right here on ABC7.
The chief of U.S. Naval Operations is calling for a pause in operations after an accident involving a Navy destroyer. The USS McCain is currently at port in Singapore after colliding with a massive oil tanker. The Navy destroyer hit the 600-foot tanker in a busy shipping lane in the South China Sea. The crew's sleeping quarters are among the compartments that are flooded. 5 sailors were hospitalized. 10 sailors are still missing.
My thoughts and prayers are with the sailors and the families of the USS John McCain. We obviously have an investigation underway, and that will determine what happened.
This is the second major collision in the last 2 months involving the Navy's 7th Fleet.
New developments tonight in the Barcelona terror attacks. Catalan police say they have shot and killed the suspected van driver. Police say 22-year-old Yunus Abu Yaqub plowed through pedestrians last Thursday, killing 13 people. Authorities say he hijacked a car to escape, allegedly stabbing the driver to death. He had been the focus of a massive manhunt for days.
Police in France say they are ruling out terrorism as a motive for the van that rammed into 2 separate bus stops today. One woman was killed, another injured in the incident in Marseille. Police say the 35-year-old suspect is known to authorities for acts of minor delinquency. He's now being treated for psychological problems.
Here on the Suncoast, many students had the chance to watch the solar eclipse in person, an event that kids can carry with them for the rest of their lives. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us now live from Tuttle Elementary School in Sarasota, where students went outdoors to experience the eclipse. Dwayne.
Well, guys, I saw firsthand how much fun these 5th graders had with these glasses and seeing their first eclipse ever. It was the first time any of them had a chance to see something of this magnitude. About 100 students came out to see everything unfold, and from the start, you could hear how impressed the students were with the eclipse. One student shouting out, "It looks like the moon was eating the sun." After viewing, all of the students had a chance to express their feelings on what they saw and what it meant to them. A memorable experience for the principal, teachers, and students. An experience that really didn't leave anyone unimpressed.
I will remember this for the rest of my life, but this was awesome.
And they'll make some notations back when they're under the shade here about what they saw and some scientific observations, and really being able to see how it's changing throughout time.
Now, coming up at 6, we spoke to a few other students and a teacher just to get a sense of what these students will learn from this. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo. Scott and Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Dwayne. Looks like they enjoyed it.
What a great lesson.
Yeah.
Science today.
Right.
And we had some ideal conditions for it as well. Let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more.
Yeah, 7,000 years ago, people used to think it was some sort of animal eating the sun. In fact, there was one Roman emperor who thought that this was some sort of sign, so he quit eating and actually died as a result of that hunger strike, so to speak, due to the eclipse. Now we know what goes on. Obviously, the moon passing in between the sun and the earth, casting that shadow. Lakewood Ranch webcam not really showing much difference. Maybe a little tint darker there in this camera you can see, but all in all, skies were generally clear during the eclipse, and that allows, again, good viewing today here to see about 80% eclipse here, partial eclipse, if you will, along the sun coast. Currently, we have just a few clouds around, 92 degrees, the dew point 71. Winds are out of the east at 6, and the pressure pretty high, 30.06 inches. Some dry air in place. Look at all that over South Florida right now and along the east coast. We'll deal with this tonight. And then tomorrow, some moisture will start to move in. This tropical wave doesn't have much of a chance to really develop in the next couple of days because of this dry air nearby, but also wind conditions are not favorable for it to develop. But once it moves in, possibly into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, there is a chance down the road in the next 4 or 5 days that it could become some low pressure area. Now, no rain around here. This is remnants of a fire that was in the east portions of Sarasota County. You can see some returns there, but no rain around at this point. Well, more in the forecast for the rest of this week coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. We're learning more about the future of the Main Street Plaza that includes the Hollywood 20 in downtown Sarasota. Developers confirm they plan to reduce the number of theaters from 20 to 11. Those 11 cinemas will be rebuilt to include high-end reclining seats. Cutting back on nearly half of the theaters will free up some 28,000 feet and allow developers to get creative.
By going from 20 theaters down to 11 theaters, it gives us another back pad on the back of the Hollywood 20 for more amenities for Sarasota. That could include kids' activity centers, that may be a supermarket, convenience store. So we're looking at different ideas and different concepts right now.
David Chesler and his partners Jesse Biter and Eric Baird bought this complex last year. They plan to spend $3 million on the first phase of redevelopment.
This evening, Sarasota City Commissioners will look at plans for yet another condo complex. The proposed project is called Boulevard, BLVD. The developers want to build it on 2 lots along on North Tamiami Trail and Boulevard of the Arts. They want it to include 49 condos, a restaurant, and office space. The applicant is requesting a major encroachment from the city that is required because the space would be over an alley. Yet again, it's Alabama atop the college football polls. The Associated Press preseason poll is out today, and the Crimson Tide starts the season at #1 for the 3rd time in 5 years. After Bama, it's Ohio State, the Seminoles of Florida State at #3, then Southern Cal and defending national champ Clemson. 3 other Florida schools making the top 25, Florida at #17, Miami at 18, and the South Florida Bulls are ranked 19th as we get ready to start another season. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it. And my team's playing your team here in Florida. So I'm excited about that.
Are they ranked?
I don't think so. I haven't checked, but I kind of doubt it based on the end of last season. But
you should go.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, trying to reach a certain weight for high school athletes.
How dropping and then adding pounds, switching back and forth can affect a young athlete's health. That is straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Are you Goodwill? Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Is your kid bulking up or slimming down for sports? The dangers of dropping and adding pounds regularly may surprise you. ABC's Arlette Sains explains.
Kids and teens are stepping up their game, and with their sports competitions becoming ever more fierce, some go to unusual lengths to either rapidly lose or gain weight. Now, pediatricians warn these practices may help them win a game, but they may lose their health. The report coming straight from the American Academy of Pediatrics, pointing to some unhealthy weight loss strategies young athletes use. Things like excess exercise, laxatives and water pills, vomiting, and voluntary dehydration. On the other side of the spectrum, strategies to gain weight, like binge eating mega calories and the use of steroids in supplements. All this has serious consequences, including delayed growth, mood changes, a higher risk of eating disorders, and academic performance can be affected. So if you have a young athlete in your family, watch out for weight loss or gain and encourage them to take healthy steps regarding their weight. This means aiming for gradual changes while eating a that meets all of their nutritional requirements. And make sure they know supplements can't be a healthy part of their game plan. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Sains, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, the photos keep coming in. This one from North Carolina. Rick and Jamie up there getting the diamond ring effect as it was going into totality right there in North Carolina. And they also got it going out of the total eclipse. Also a diamond ring on the other side. So a very great shot there. Appreciate it. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing skies darkening up just a little bit with about a 78% coverage here, a partial eclipse of the sun, and we had an interesting sky with beautiful clear conditions for the most part. This evening looks to be clear too. Generally fair skies. It will be warm. There's no showers around really to cool us down. The temperatures in the low 80s by 11 o'clock. Lots of rain down south entering into the Yucatan Peninsula. We have a tropical wave over the northern portions of the Bahamas right now. Not much to it. This tropical disturbance number 2 is pushing off to the west right now. And we also have to keep an eye on this rotation here. It's an upper level low, but sometimes they can reach down to the surface. As far as the moisture content goes in the upper levels of the atmosphere, it's still very dry here. But this moisture is starting to encroach into it from the remnants of what was Harvey, and a lot of dry air in places really saving us on this storm, which could have been a rather significant storm considering it's over water. and the shear is expected to lessen somewhat over our area. It looks like it's going to move west across the state, somewhere across South Florida. Get into the Gulf of Mexico. Conditions may become a little bit more favorable down the road, say Thursday, and we could see something pop up here. So we have to keep our eyes open for this system. There's still a chance something could develop. Right now, that chance is very small at 40% over the next 5 days. For us, what it is going to do is increase our moisture availability to these storms in the afternoon. We're also going to get an easterly wind like we're seeing now with a west coast breeze developing. So some semblance of normalcy coming back into play, it looks like, beginning tomorrow, but more so on Wednesday. 92 degrees. We have an east wind at 6. The pressure is still very high, 30.06 inches. And the high today warmed to 93. You think it'd be a little cooler with the sun being blocked out a little bit, but it did. It dropped a couple of degrees right around the full part of our partial eclipse. 90 is our normal. 97, the record set in 1919. 77 was the morning low. No rainfall report. Look at this deficit now for one of the wettest months, August. Not doing too well. Minus 4 inches. We're below average 4 inches plus that and the year. Now the hourly forecast tomorrow. Temperatures heating up pretty quickly. The important thing is the heat index will be up near 101 to 106 tomorrow. We may see some advisories slapped at us in the afternoon. Now, some showers and storms will be in the forecast. Not a lot. The rain chance is increasing, though, as a result of the increased moisture availability. You can see from the Futurecast a clear night tonight, and then we'll see some showers start to develop later in the afternoon. 1 or 2 dotting the picture, not the full-scale event that we normally see, but I think that'll be in place on Wednesday as some more moisture eventually moves on in, and it looks like that will continue on through the rest of the week. Well, the satellite imagery I told you about Harvey, the remnants thereof, a lot of rainfall there, upper level low spinning off to the west, tropical wave we have to keep an eye on. Not much else out there right now, so things are looking okay for us. The boating forecast tomorrow, a moderate chop will start off with winds east at 15 knots and then seas running 1 to 2 feet. So that'll be kind of a concern in the morning, but should lessen somewhat in the afternoon. The extended forecast shapes up like this. Showers and storms are in the forecast, more so Thursday through Saturday. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to First Alert traffic. For the drive home, traffic is a little bit backed up on US 41 and 301 in Sarasota in the northbound lanes near Fruitville Road.
The nation's largest bank, J.P. Morgan Chase, is donating $1 million to fight hate groups. The money will be split by the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center. It comes in the wake of the violent white supremacist protests in Virginia. It also follows CEO Jamie Dimon's memo to employees last week criticizing President Trump's response to the violence. The CEOs of Apple and 21st Century Fox also made million-dollar pledges to anti-hate nonprofits. Well, enjoy it while it lasts. Gas prices are lower right now, but the downward trend might not last much longer. Gas prices are traditionally higher in the second half of August, but right now they're dropping. In Florida, prices have dropped about 4 cents a gallon in the past 2 weeks. According to AAA, that's because there's a robust fuel supply right now. But there are problems at some refineries on the Gulf Coast, which could drive those prices back up.
You still have a chance. Yet again, no one matched all 6 numbers for Saturday night's Powerball drawing. The jackpot was $541 million. The prize has now gone up to an estimated $650 million, and you know it's going to go up even more before the next drawing because the more people who buy tickets, that drives up the jackpot. The current jackpot has been growing since June. There have been 21 straight drawings with no winner. The next drawing is this Wednesday night, so get your tickets.
Man, get closer to $1 billion.
I know.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
Entertainment news is next.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
The White House, one of the latest to weigh in on Jerry Lewis's death.
The White House is calling the late comedian a man who kept us all laughing for over half a century and touched the lives of millions with his charity work. Lewis died at the age of 91 yesterday in Las Vegas. Besides his movie and TV work, Lewis was closely identified with the annual telethon that was to raise money for muscular dystrophy research. Fans have been stopping by his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to pay their respects.
Me and my brothers, we grew up watching Jerry Lewis and his comedy on TV. Real funny guy. I'm sad to hear that.
His bravery in going outside the acceptable lines is what made him a maverick in comedy.
And to me, Jerry Lewis is dear because of the comedy that he had in my heart as a teenager and the way we would talk about him as a college student.
Lewis first helped raise money for muscular dystrophy in a telethon in 1956. He was so devoted to this cause, children affected by the disease became known as Jerry's Kids. The telethon began airing in 1966, and Lewis served as a host until 2011. Bridesmaids actress Rose Byrne is expecting her second child. Byrne and her partner, actor Bobby Cannavale, have already have a 19-month-old son. Besides Bridesmaids, Byrne is known for her roles in Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, and X-Men, the X-Men movies, among some others. Cannavale is an Emmy Award winner who appeared in Boardwalk Empire and Will and Grace. Throughout her pregnancy, Byrne has been filming the movie Juliet Naked in England.
Major pop star pulls a disappearing act. Taylor Swift's online presence is now a blank space. The megastar's website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr all wiped clean and with no explanation. Could be hackers, but fans are hoping it's a signal that a new single or album is on the way. It has been 3 years since Shake It Off, the first single from Swift's last album, 1989, and she usually puts out new music every 2 years or so.
In just a few months, one of the most legendary bands since the dawn of rock and roll will hit the stage in Sarasota. Chicago will perform live at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall on October 30th. The band's signature sounds have brought us hits like Saturday in the Park, although I think this is the video for the musical Chicago. Wrong video. I was like, wow, that's very, they really have changed their style there. And John O'Hurley has joined the group, and it's a whole new thing. But the band's 50th consecutive year of touring, that's what they are, they're going to be capping that off here in Sarasota. Tickets will go on sale this Friday for the band, not the musical.
Chicago. Yeah. We'll be right back.